Yes. So. Yes. So.
Alright. Go change my clothes. Now I'll be right back. Omizu, what it do, bro? What's good with you? How you doing? How you doing? Alright. We back in the building. That's what's going on. Alright, I just made a new song. Well, not a new song. So that History's Mysteries. Last night I wrote a second verse to History's Mysteries. I'll just recite it here because I'm very prolific with my writing. Alright, so the new verse says, the global cataclysm. My mouth is dry. Hold on, let me get right. Because these new bars, bro. Hey, these new bars is in there. So, last week, I liked the first verse so much. And, I don't know, I attempted to write a second verse and it wasn't coming out good. And so I tried to prompt the AI to write a verse. I actually prompted the AI to write two different verses. Because it wrote one verse that had a lot of similar themes and good words and everything in it, but it didn't flow right with my verse. I told it to, rewrite another verse and tried it again. Oh, this is the AI, but it's my own lyrics. So I don't even use pencil and paper anymore. I just write my lyrics down in my notes. Yeah. So, like I said, in that first verse, that shit goes so fucking hard to me. To me, that first verse goes so hard, like I had to go harder on the second verse, or just as hard. And the first time I tried to write it, it didn't come out right. I asked the AI to write two verses for me. I didn't like them either. So I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna really try to get back in the zone and just write my own verse. Write a second verse to the song, and it came out pretty good. I'm in this bitch counting syllables. Yeah, they were. So the second verse says, the global cataclysm that was written in traditions of all the ancient cultures was something they truly witnessed. And the younger Dryas theory says it was comet collisions, Manu from Hindu and Noah from the scriptures. Then the watchers came to rebuild and give us all the wisdom. With the comprehension of Pumapuku's precision, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth talks about it all, and the Dogon tribe saying we came from the stars. Sirius B, seriously, it's an enigma. Fingerprints of the gods painted a new picture. The aberration of the Orion correlation hidden by the mystery schools and the Freemasons. It seems like ancient knowledge has been kept adjacent, next to the fallacies that keep us all complacent. Elevate your mind and expand your way of thinking, because history's mysteries need more investigation. History's mysteries need more investigation. The Emerald Tablets of Thoth talks about it all, and the Dogon tribe said we came from the stars. Sirius B, seriously, it's an enigma. Fingerprints of the gods painted a new picture. The aberration of the Orion correlation. The aberration of the Orion correlation. Damn, I forgot to change some wording in that one. And this is why I keep re-rolling it over and over and over and over, because I'm not even putting the words in right.
still a non-believer. She raised me from a seed, so I received all of her features. She told me that the Bible was the rules and the teacher. Sunday school revivals, the pews and the bleachers. She told me I should worship God and always pray to Jesus. When I said I don't believe it, she told me I'm full of demons. But I gained a new thesis when I got up on my own research, cause I really started reading all the myths and the legends. Zacharias Sitchin, Eric Von Däniken, looking for the answers to the meaning and the message. The Anunnaki lands, the Greys and Lemurians. Religion calls them angels, but science will call the aliens. Hegelian dialect at the days of the week are the names of ancient gods who cast spells when we speak. Oh, what's left for the weak except destruction and defeat. If we can uncover history's mysteries. Civil broadcast stepping, go back and stepping, teaching us amazing lessons. In the stylish trials, the symbol's still a mystery. All my hands stand tall, carving out the history. My grandma was a preacher, but I'm still a non-believer. She raised me from a seed, so I received all of her features. She told me that the Bible was the rules and the teacher. Sunday school revivals, the pews and the bleachers. She told me
damn, my man. What's good, bro? How you doing, man? What's good, man? How you doing, bro?
Reading all the myths and the bleachers. She global cataclysms that was written in traditions of all the ancient cultures was something they truly witnessed in the younger dry
got music.
Comic collisions. Minor from the Hindu and Noah from the scriptures. Then the watchers came to rebuild and give us all the wisdom with the comprehension of precision. The emerald tablets of thought talks about it all.
Yo, Reggie, I'm on some new shit. Now, you remember I used to like rap it back in the day a little bit, and yo, I ain't make music in so long, bro. But oh boy, you see the studio? Hey, dog, I'm in the studio chilling now, bro. Ain't nothing but artwork in this shit, man. Working on big paintings. Ain't nothing but art going on, dog. I just finished this commission right here. I gotta drop that off on Monday. But in the studio chilling. But like I was saying, man, I used to be making music, but I found this. It's an AI music maker, and so you type your lyrics in, and it makes your lyrics into a song. So I just been doing this for a couple weeks now, man. Trying to take some of my old music and update it with this AI shit. And like this song right here, I never recorded this song, bro. This shit was never recorded anywhere. I just wrote it. I wrote one verse last year, and then I just wrote the second verse last night. And I just been plugging that shit in all day and trying to find like the best version of it. But yo, some of this shit don't sound bad, yo. To say it's AI music.
We came from the star series. Seriously, it's an enigma. Fingerprints of the gods painted in the picture. The aberration of double writing, correlation, hidden by the mystery schools and the Freemasons. It seems like ancient knowledge has been kept to chasing. Next to the fallacies that keep us all compliant. Elevate your mind and expand your way of thinking. Cause history's mysteries need more investigation.
See, I put that shit in wrong right there. It says compliant. It's supposed to, damn, my hand's shaking like shit. It's supposed to say complacent. So I had to go out, I had to go back in and edit compliant and make it complacent. I think, okay, this version right here. Let's see, this version, it says complacent. And so it'll say exactly what you type in. So I put the words in here wrong a couple of times and some different shit, but now I just keep going back, editing it, making sure that all the words are right. So let's listen to this version. The beat changes, yo, everything changed. Every time you change this shit up, yo, it keep making like new, like it make it a whole different song every time, bro.
Cigarettes kept stepping, go back and effort, teaching us some ancient lessons. In this valley scribes, the symbol.
Bro, that's the next thing. That's the next thing that everybody keeps saying. It don't sound like you. It just makes a random voice. But if you can train a voice emulator on your voice and then plug it into here, it will be you. It'll be you. It's your lyrics. it's, and if it has your voice, bro, this shit gonna cut out so much studio time, people paying producers to make beats, because you don't have to put lyrics to make words to the song. You can just tell it to make beats for you, and it'll sit here and make beats for you all day. And this shit is free, son. You get free beats. The shit don't really sound that bad. The sound quality isn't that bad. You don't need no engineer. You don't need a microphone or nothing. Like, you, yo, this shit is so fucking easy, and it's fun. Like, I don't know. I've let a couple of my old music buddies hear this shit, and they're like, it sounds like a computer. It doesn't have any soul to it. It doesn't. It's not your voice. I get all that. I get what everybody's saying. Yeah. Is it a little flat sometimes? Does it sound weird sometimes? Yeah, but it's still fucking cool as shit. It's still cool that I'm just typing words. That's all I did. I just put words, and it makes a beat and voices and raps this shit. Damn, yo, congratulations, Queen Established 82. Congratulations on the fresh engagement. That's what's up, yo. Love is in the air, love is in the air. Yo, but the simple fact that all you're doing is inputting words, is it's not even text to speech. That's one thing. But it's actually like has a cadence and a flow to it. That's what amazes me, is how it sounds like somebody is rapping. Even though it's kind of flat a little bit, it still sounds like a person is rapping. It's not just made a whole new mixtape with just like all my old music. And you have to do it a couple of times, and like I say, make sure you get all your words properly in there and how you want it to sound exactly. But yo, I've gotten like 11 really good different songs off of this shit.
But I'm still a non-believer. She raised me from a seed, so I received all of her features. She told me that the Bible was the rules and the...
And when you read like the instructions, it tells you to like, yo, Blunt, what's good, bro? It tells you to like the songs that sound good to you, and that's how you train it. Okay, this song sounds good, I'm gonna like that one. Okay, this one doesn't, I don't like that one so much, I'm gonna dislike it. And so the songs that you like, it tries to emulate them more. And the first version you make may not sound good, but you just like which one sounds the best, and then roll it again, and you'll get a one that sounds really good, and you like that one, and you do that a few times. Like this one song is History's Mysteries, but I wrote it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 different times. Like Digital Domination, I had to roll that shit a lot of times before I got one that sounded good. But the one that I got, it sounds fucking good, bro. Now all I gotta find is one of these that sound good. Bro, you're not even lying. That's what I started doing, is putting the commas in there. That really helps to give it a little pause and do that shit, bro. Because the first time I was doing it, I wasn't putting commas in there. And then, like how you structured, just like my one bar is, like you can see where the capital letter, where all the capital letters start. So those are the bars. So from here, that's a bar. And the Dogon tribe said we came from the start. That's a bar. And so it, like, I don't know, I'm just trying to put it like bar, 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 and then make sure where you want to take that breath, where you want that little extra pause, you put a comma. And you can do fucking ad-libs, bro. If you put something in quotations, like if I put precision, and then I put quotations, precision, it'll make it an ad-lib, yo. There's a lot of little shit you can do with this, and it's free. I'm down to 10 credits, but you get 50 credits every day. Every day you can make, I think it's like 10 songs or whatever.
Ancient lessons. In this valley strives, the symbol is still a mystery. On the headstand tall, carving out the history. My grandma was a preacher, but I'm still a non-believer. She raised me from a seed, so I received all of her features. She told me that the Bible was the rules and the teacher. Sunday school revivals, the pews and the bleachers. She told me I should worship God and always pray to Jesus. When I said I don't believe it, she told me I'm full of demons. When I gave the no thesis, when I got up on my research, cause I really started reading. ascension. Erified Daniel, looking for the answers to the meaning in the message. The Anunnaki, Atlantis, the graves and Lemurians. Religion calls them angels, but science will call them aliens. A galley dialectic, the days of the week are the names of ancient gods who cast spells when we speak. But what's left for the meetings of destruction and defeat? If we can uncover history's mysteries. September, the single that's kept stepping up.
Once again, that's supposed to be can't, not can. Oh my fucking god! It's supposed to say can't. Oh shit, and this one sounds good too. Damn, this could have been the one. I'm gonna like this one. Alright, I gotta like that one. Fuck, bro. Now I gotta go back up to the input section. If we fucking can't, okay, if we can't uncover history's mysteries, now I gotta go down. This is my last fucking set of credits for the day too. God damn it. Alright. Roll it one more time. Damn. This one was sounding good though. Let's listen to it and see if we got any other fuck ups anywhere.
Epic, teaching us some ancient lessons. In this valley scribes and symbols, still a mystery. Roman heads stand tall, carving out the history. The global cataclysms that was written in traditions of all the ancient cultures was something they truly witnessed. And the younger Dryas theory said it was comet collisions. Learning from the Hindu and Noah from the scriptures. Then the watchers came to reveal and give us all the wisdom. With the comprehension of Pumapunka's precision. But Emerald tablets of thought talks about it all. In the Dogon tribes, seven came from the stars. Seriously, it's in the neighbor. Fingerprints of the gods painted a new picture. The aberration of the Orion correlation. Hidden by the mystery schools and the Freemasons. It seems like ancient knowledge has been kept adjacent. Next to the fallacies that keep us all complacent. Elevate your mind and expand your way of thinking. Cause history's mysteries need more investigation.
Damn, why couldn't I have that one right, bro? Why couldn't I have that one with the fucking can? It was just one word. It was a fucking a comment, a goddamn letter off. God damn it. Shit. That's a good version. Damn, man. It's all about the input. Now, that's just what I put in there, bro. And then I put a bridge, but normally, like, throughout this part, yo, this shit'll do, like, all kind of weird mixes and everything. Let's listen to how it rides it out.
Teaching us some ancient lessons. In this valley strive for symbols, still a mystery. Roman heads stand tall, carving out the history. The Anunnaki, Atlantis, the graves and Lemurians. Religion calls them angels, but science will call them aliens. A galley dialectic, the days of the week. All the names of ancient gods who cast spells when we speak. Religion calls them angels, but science will call them aliens. A galley dialectic, the days of the week. All the names of ancient gods who cast spells when we speak.
You over that break. Alright, let's listen to the version that I just edited that has the right shit in there. I got you, bro. Yes, sir. I got you. So this version right here should have all the proper words in it. I hope everything should be correct this time around. So and I actually liked that last one before I rolled this one. So maybe one of these two new versions could be the final version. That last beat was crazy though, man. That last beat was right there, bro. The flow was good, but it slowed down on one part where I really didn't want it to like slow up.
Mysteries, directly teaching us some ancient carving out their history. My grandma was a preacher, but I'm still a non-believer. She raised me from the seed till I received all of her features. She told me that Tapping, cigarettes kept stepping, go back to tapping, teaching us some ancient lessons. In this valley scribes, the symbol's still a mystery. On my head stand tall, carving out the history. My grandma was a preacher, but I'm still a non-believer. She raised me from a seed, so I received all of her features. She told me that the Bible was the rules and the teacher. Sunday school revival, the pews and the bleachers. She told me I should worship God and always pray to Jesus. When I said I don't believe it, she told me I'm full of demons. But I gained a new thesis when I got up on my research. Cause I really started reading all the myths and the legends. Zachariah Sitchin, Eric Von Däniken, looking for the answers to the meaning and the message. The Anunnaki, Atlantis, the Greys and Lemurians. Religion calls them angels, but science will call them aliens. Hegelian dialectic, the days of the week. All the names of ancient gods who cast spells when we speak. But what's left for the meat except destruction and defeat? If we can't uncover mysteries that happen. Cigarettes kept snapping, we're back to tapping, teaching us some ancient lessons. In this valley scribes, the symbol's still a mystery. On my head stand tall, carving out the history. The global cataclysms that was written in traditions of all the ancient cultures was something they truly witnessed. And the younger tribes theory said it was common collisions. Manu from the Hindu and Noah from the scriptures. Then the watchers came to rebuild and give us all the wisdom with the comprehension of almost precision. The emerald tablets of thought talks about it all. And the Dogon tribe said we came from the stars. Sirius B, seriously, it's in the name of fingerprints of the gods painted a new picture. The aberration of the Orion correlation, hidden by the mystery schools and the Freemasons. It seems like ancient knowledge has been kept adjacent, next to the fallacies that keep us all complacent. Elevate your mind and expand your way of thinking, cause history's mysteries need more investigation. Tapping, cigarettes kept snapping, we're back to tapping, teaching us some ancient lessons. In this valley scribes, the symbol's still a mystery. On my head stand tall, carving out the history. The Anunnaki, Atlantis, the Greys and Lemurians. Religion calls them angels, but science will call them aliens. Hegelian dialectic, the days of the week. All the names of ancient gods who cast spells when we speak.
That's not bad, but I don't really feel that beat. This the one I like the best, yeah. Hold on. Mysteries.
Zap tapping, cigarettes keep stepping, yo, red dapping, teaching us some ancient lessons. In these valley scribes, the symbol's still a mystery. On the can't stand tall, carving out the history. My grandma was a preacher, but I'm still a non-believer. She raised me from a seed, so I received all of her features. She told me that the Bible was the rules and the teacher. Sunday school revivals, the pews and the bleachers. She told me I should worship God and always pray to Jesus. When I said I don't believe it, she told me I'm full of demons.
What up? Big Rob.
Cause I really started reading all the myths and the legends. Zachariah Sitchin, Eric Von Däniken, looking for the answers to the meaning and the message. The Anunnaki, Atlantis, the Greys and Lemurians. Religion calls them angels, but science are called the aliens. Hegelian dialectic, the days of the week.
Yeah, this beat right here not bad.
For the meat, except destruction and defeat. We can uncover history's mysteries. Zap tapping, cigarettes keep stepping, yo, back with tapping, teaching us some ancient lessons. In this valley scribes, the symbol's still a mystery. On the can't stand tall, calling out the history. The global cataclysms that was written in traditions of all the ancient cultures was something they truly witnessed. They dreamed of it was comic collisions.
Yo, this is crazy that they're saying this shit so perfectly, and I don't even got this shit memorized yet. I just wrote this shit last night. I don't even got it memorized yet, and I'm trying to keep up with the goddamn AI, rapping my own shit. Wait a minute, bro. Wait. Pull back. Let me help rap. I'm trying to help rap this shit. I can't hardly do it yet. He said it was comic collisions, knew from the Hindu and Noah from the scriptures. The watchers came here to give us all the wisdom, the comprehension, the precision. Talk about it all, and the Dogon tribe said we came from the stars. Serious beat, seriously, it's an enigma. Only the prince of the god paint a new picture. The aberration of the Orion correlation, hidden by the mystery.
with the Freemasons. It seems like ancient knowledge has been kept adjacent. Next to the fallacies that keep us all complacent. Elevate your mind and expand your way of thinking. As history's mysteries need more investigation. Step tapping, single rock and stepping. No deadly depping, teaching us some ancient lessons. From the silent scribes, it's still a mystery. On the can't stand tall, calling out the history. The Greys and Lemurians, religion calls them angels, but science are calling aliens. Hegelian dialectic, the days of the week. All the names of ancient gods who cast spells when we speak. The Anunnaki Atlantis, the Greys and Lemurians, religion calls them angels, but science are calling aliens. Hegelian dialectic, the days of the week. All the names of ancient gods who cast spells when we speak. The Greys and Lemurians, religion calls them angels, but science will call them aliens. Hegelian dialectic, the days of the week, are the names of ancient gods who cast spells when we speak. Get it, get it, Ooh, drop that gems, boy. Yeah, dropping gems, boy. Yo, that shit go hard. And there's still like almost a minute left. What the fuck is left on here? The Anunnaki Atlantis, the Greys and Lemurians.
What the hell?
Religion calls them angels, but science they call them aliens. Hegelian dialectic, the days of the week, are the names of ancient gods who cast spells when we speak.
Not the beat switch on their ass. Damn.
The Anunnaki Atlantis, the Greys and Lemurians. Religion calls them angels, but science they call them aliens.
Hegelian dialectic.
The days of the week are the names of ancient gods who cast spells when we speak.
Man, I like both of these versions better than the ones that actually have the right word in it. Damn. Why I mess it up like that? I ran all my coins out though. I'm gonna roll it. I'll roll it again tomorrow. Roll it again tomorrow. I think this the beat I like the best though.
Teaching us some ancient lessons. In this valley strive for symbols, still a mystery. Only can't stand tall, carving out the history. My grandma was a preacher, but I'm still a non-believer. She raised me from a seed, so I received all of the features. She told me that the Bible was the rules and the teachers. Sunday school revivals, the pews and the bleachers. She told me I should worship God and always pray to Jesus. When I said I don't believe it, she told me I'm full of demons. But I came to know the pieces when I got up on my research, cause I really started reading all the myths and the legends. Zechariah Sitchin, Eric Von Daniken, looking for the answers to the meaning and the message. The Anunnaki Atlantis, the Greys and Lemurians. Religion calls them angels, but science will call it aliens. Hegelian dialectic, the days of the week, are the names of ancient gods who cast spells when we speak. But what's left for the meek except destruction and defeat? If we can uncover history's mysteries, the single gods kept stepping, look up at the teaching us some ancient lessons. In this valley strive, the symbols still a mystery. Only can't stand tall, carving out the history. The global cataclysms that was written in traditions of all the ancient cultures was something they truly witnessed. And the younger Dryas theory said it was common collisions. Learning from the Hindu and Noah from the scriptures. Then the Watchers came to rebuild and give us all the wisdom. With the comprehension of Pumapapa's precision. The emerald tablets of thought talks about it all. In the Dogon tribes that we came from the stars. Seriously, it's an enigma. Fingerprints of the gods painted a new picture. The aberration of the Orion correlation, hidden by the mystery schools and the Freemasons. It seems like ancient knowledge has been kept adjacent. Next to the fallacies that keep us all complacent. Elevate your mind and expand your way of thinking, cause history's mysteries need more investigation. Single gods kept stepping.
Hey, that second verse go hard, bro. I'm so happy I just sat down and tried and rewrote it, because I wrote a whole fucking 16 the first, and that shit was garbage. I ain't gonna lie. It wasn't garbage, but I don't know, it didn't flow like the first verse. I don't know. I don't know why I couldn't get that shit right the first time around, but nah, that second verse go hard though. The Orion correlation. I tried to put like a lot of people. So in the first verse, I mentioned two people's names, um, Zachariah Stinson and Eric Von Daniken. And so Zachariah Stinson wrote Genesis Revisited, and Eric Von Daniken wrote Chariots of the Gods. And in the second verse, I was going to name drop more people, but instead of name dropping the person, I just name dropped their work. So, Fingerprints of the Gods is a book that was written by Graham Hancock, who does a lot of this research too. And the Orion correlation is a book written by Robert Brevall, who does a lot of research on this shit. And actually, Robert Brevall and Graham Hancock have co-authored a couple of books. I think Brevall actually helped him write Fingerprints of the Gods, if I'm not mistaken. But Brevall also has he's the Orion correlation. Yo, he is the one who's credited for figuring out that the pyramids line up with the stars on Orion's belt. The Orion correlation. And a lot of people don't know who Robert Brevall is. But I was gonna say his name, but I don't know. Like, I felt like it'd be too much like the first verse if I kept name dropping. But I do want people to know, like, about their work at least. So the Dogon tribe, who say we came from Sirius B, seriously, that's an enigma. How the fuck did these motherfuckers figure that shit out before there was a telescope? So I was able to squeeze a lot in here, a whole lot. So, I mean, every bar, the global cataclysm that was written in traditions, like that shit is everywhere of all the ancient cultures. It was something they truly witnessed. And then there's the Younger Dryas impact theory. There's I wanted to make the correlation between that the Younger Dryas theory, and when you look at different stories from around the world, people think it's just, I don't know, here in America, this is supposedly a Christian nation, so more often than not, people are more familiar with the Bible and the Bible stories. And there are really popular stories in the Bible, and Noah's Ark is a popular story that almost every American knows. But if you read the Hindu legends, there's a guy named Manu, and he's basically Noah. He has the same story. It's like his god, Vishnu, told him he was going to destroy the world and told him to build a boat or something so him and his people can survive that shit. That sounds just like fucking Noah's story. So it's Manu from the Hindu and Noah from the scriptures. And then the Watchers came to rebuild and give us all the wisdom. Now that's a kind of a hard bar, and that's where some pseudoscience come in, and that's where, you know, this is just hearsay, but still it's cool stuff to know about the Watchers, the fallen angels, and the Watchers came to rebuild and give us all the wisdom with the comprehension of Pumapunku's precision. You go to Pumapunku and you see all these fucking weird ass H-shaped blocks that are carved so precisely, and then there's like core drilling and drill holes, and it's like, how the fuck did these motherfuckers do this shit with so much precision, yo? Like, these motherfuckers had it looks like machining, and there's no other way to look at that shit. It just looks like machine tool marks, but this shit's supposed to be thousands of years old. So what kind of fucking machines did they have back then? So talk about Pumapunku, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth talks about it all. So put the Emerald Tablets in there. Okay, back to the Dogon, Sirius B, Fingerprints of the Gods, which is which is an allusion to Graham Hancock's work. The aberration of the Orion correlation is an allusion to Robert Brevall's work. hidden by the mystery schools. So the mystery schools of ancient Egypt, and that's where the these roundtable groups like the Freemasons kind of derive a lot of their ceremonies and practices from. So we got mystery schools, the Freemasons in there. It seems like this ancient knowledge has been kept adjacent. It's kept aside, not in front of you, but beside over here. And it's next to, well, what's in front of you is the fallacies that keep us complacent. Elevate your, so the information falls out here. There's not much information. I'm just trying to like sum it up now. So all this information, this is kept out of our sight. Elevate your mind and expand your way of thinking, because history's mysteries need more investigation. So just always look into this shit. There, a lot of it is woo-woo, pseudoscience, damn myths and legends. But within that woo-woo, pseudoscience, myth and legends, there are some common themes that you find everywhere. People that are continents apart and centuries apart from each other, who didn't live at the same periods or eras, and they still talk about the same stuff. And it's like, there has to be some truth to that shit. You can't get people in Africa and Asia telling the same goddamn stories and think, oh, that's they all just made it up. Really? Did they really just make all that shit up? It might be I tried to put this one bar in there, something like, when I wanted to rhyme scriptures, I was going to say myths become legends and legends become scriptures. And I really do think that's true. Like there's some true stuff that these motherfuckers really saw back in the day, and then after a while it turns into, a legend, and then it gets conflated and expanded, then it turns into this huge myth type thing, and then we kind of extrapolate from that and then turn it into our religions, our scriptures. But all of it is still based on some true original story, some true original events that, throughout the ages is just lost, changed, altered, added to, subtracted from. But if you just try to listen to everybody from all around the world, and just, so where did you come from? How did your culture start? How did your civilization begin? Who are your creators? Who are your creator gods? Or what do you believe? And then when you listen to people everywhere, it's like, it's kind of the same story. Everybody tells the same damn story. And I think that's pretty damn interesting. Yo, man, what up? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? School them, son. I'm gonna run this one back one more time. This version, like I said, it only had the one word. It says can, where it's supposed to say can't. But other than that, the flow is pretty decent. The beat, I think I like this beat the best. I'm gonna roll it a couple more times tomorrow. Hopefully we get a beat that's just as banging, but then all the lyrics will be right this time.
Only can't stand tall, carving out the history. My grandma was a preacher, but I'm still a non-believer. She raised me from a seed, so I received all of her features. She told me that the Bible was the rules and the teacher. Sunday school revivals, the pews and the bleachers. She told me I should worship God and always pray to Jesus. When I said I don't believe it, she told me I'm full of demons. But I gave her no thesis when I got up on my research, cause I really started reading all the myths and the legends. Zechariah Ascension, Eric Von Daniken, looking for the answers to the meaning and the message. Then Anunnaki, Atlantis, the Greys and Lemurians. Religion calls them angels, but science will call them aliens. Again, the dialectic days of the week. All the names of ancient gods who cast spells when we speak. But what's left for the meek except destruction and defeat? If we can uncover history's mysteries. Zach Kevin, cigarettes kept stepping, conflicted depping, teaching us some ancient lessons. In this valley scribes, it's still a mystery. Only can't stand tall, carving out the history. Look over cataclysm that was written in traditions of all the ancient cultures was something they truly witnessed. And the younger Dryas theory said it was common collisions. Learn from the Hindu and Noah from the scriptures. Then the Watchers came to rebuild and give us all the wisdom with the comprehension of precision. The equal tablets of thought talks about it all. In the Dogon tribes, so we came from the stars. Seriously, it's an enigma. Fingerprints of the gods painted a new picture. The aberration of the Orion correlation, hidden by the mystery schools and the Freemasons. It seems like ancient knowledge has been kept adjacent next to the fallacies that keep us all complacent. Elevate your mind and expand your way of thinking, cause history's mysteries need more investigation. Single eyes kept stepping, directly stepping, teaching us some ancient lessons. In this valley scribes, the symbols still a mystery. Only can't stand tall, carving out their history. The Anunnaki, Atlantis, the Greys and Lemurians. Religion calls them angels, but science will call them aliens. The Galley dialectic, the days of the week. All the names of ancient gods who cast spells when we speak. Religion calls them angels, but science will call them aliens. The Galley dialectic, the days of the week. All the names of ancient gods who cast spells when we speak. Cigarettes kept stepping, go back and stepping, teaching us some ancient lessons. In this valley scribes, their symbols still a mystery. Only can't stand tall, carving out their history. My grandma was a preacher, but I'm still a non-believer. She raised me from a seed, so I received all of her features. She told me that the Bible was the rules and the teacher. Sunday school revivals, the pews and the bleachers. She told me I should worship God and always pray to Jesus. When I said I don't believe it, she told me I'm full of demons. But I gained a new thesis when I got up on my research, cause I really started reading all the myths and the legends. Zechariah Ascension, Eric Von Daniken, looking for the answers to the meaning and the message. The Anunnaki, Atlantis, the Greys and Lemurians. Religion calls them angels, but science will call them aliens. Hegelian dialectic, the days of the week. All the names of ancient gods who cast spells when we speak. But what's left for the meek except destruction and defeat? If we can uncover history's mysteries. Zep Kevin, cigarettes kept stepping, go back and stepping, teaching us some ancient lessons. In this valley scribes, their symbols still a mystery. Only can't stand tall, carving out their history. My grandma was a preacher, but I'm still a non-believer. She raised me from a seed, so I received all of her features. She told me that the Bible was the rules and the teacher. Sunday school revivals, the pews and the bleachers. The global cataclysms that was written in traditions of all the ancient cultures was something they truly witnessed. And the younger Dryas theory said it was common collisions. Mine knew from the Hindu and Noah from the scriptures. Then the Watchers came to rebuild and give us all the wisdom with the comprehension of Puma Puma's precision. The Emerald Tablets of Thought talked about it all. And the Dogon tribe said we came from the stars. Sirius B, seriously, it's an enigma. Fingerprints of the gods painted a new picture. The aberration of the Orion correlation, hidden by the mystery schools and the Freemasons. It seems like ancient knowledge has been kept adjacent, next to the fallacies that keep us all complacent. Elevate your mind and expand your way of thinking, cause history's mysteries need more investigation. Zep Pepe, cigarettes kept stepping, Gobekli Tepe, teaching us some ancient lessons. Indus Valley scribes, their symbols still a mystery. Only can't stand tall, carving out their history. The Anunnaki, Atlantis, the Greys and Lemurians. Religion calls them angels, the sites are called the aliens. Hegelian dialectic, the days of the week, are the names of ancient gods who kept
history.
Zep Pepe, cigarette kept stepping.
Yo, perfect. What's up?
September, cigarettes kept stepping. Gobekli Tepe teaching us some ancient lessons. Indus Valley scribes, they still a mystery. All men can't stand tall, carving out the history. My grandma was a preacher, but I'm still a non-believer. She raised me from the sea, so I received all of the features. She told me that the Bible was the rules and the teacher. Sunday school revivals, the pews and the bleachers. She told me I should worship God and always pray to Jesus. When I said I don't believe it, she told me I'm full of demons. But I gained the news pieces when I got up on my research, cause I really started reading all the myths and the legends. Zechariah Sitchin, Eric Von Daniken, looking for the answers to the meaning and the message. The Anunnaki, Atlantis, the Greys and Lemurians. Religion calls them angels, but science are called the aliens. Hegelian dialectic, the days of the week, all the names of ancient gods who cast spells when we speak. But what's left for the meek except destruction and defeat if we can't uncover history's mysteries. September, cigarettes kept stepping. Gobekli Tepe teaching us some ancient lessons. Indus Valley scribes, their symbols still a mystery. All men can't stand tall, carving out their history. My grandma was a preacher, but I'm still a non-believer. She raised me from a seed, so I received all of her features. She told me that the Bible was the rules and the teacher. Sunday school revivals, the pews and the bleachers. She told the cataclysms that was written in traditions. Of all the ancient cultures was something that truly witnessed. And the younger giants theory said it was common collisions. My Noah from the Hindu and Noah from the scriptures. Then the watchers came to rebuild and give us all the wisdom with the comprehension of Kumbakumba's precision. The Arab tablets of golf talks about it all. And the gold God tribe said we came from the stars. Sirius B, seriously, it's an A enigma. Fingerprints of the gods painted a new picture. The aberration of the Orion correlation, hidden by the mystery schools and the Freemasons. It seems like ancient knowledge has been kept adjacent, next to the fallacies that keep us all complacent. Elevate your mind and expand your way of thinking, cause history's mysteries need more investigation. September, cigarettes kept stepping. Gobekli Tepe teaching us some ancient lessons. Indus Valley scribes, their symbols still a mystery. All men can't stand tall, carving out their history. My grandma was a preacher, but I'm still a non-believer. She raised me from the sea, so I received all of her features. She told me that the Bible was the rules and the teacher. Sunday school revivals, the pews and the bleachers. The Anunnaki, Atlantis, the Greys and Lemurians. Religion calls them angels, but science are called the aliens. Hegelian dialectic, the days of the week, are the names of ancient gods who cast spells when we speak. To cast spells when we speak.
my PlayStation controller just died. Alright, I gotta use my phone to reconnect my damn camera and shit. Is this controller even charging? Man, my PlayStation, this shit right here is broke. I might bring the other PS4. This one don't be working right no more. Do I have to do this too? Damn. I think the controller is charging. Alright, we back. Oh, it's kind of hard for y'all to see. I need to take a piece of paper up here. Or something, so the camera can have a white balance. Now, camera, you can see what's white and what's not absolutely white. Can't you tell the difference now, camera? Göbekli Tepe teaching us some ancient lessons. The Indus Valley scribes, they symbol still a mystery. Olmec's head stand tall, carving out their history. Zep Tepe, ziggurats kept stepping. Göbekli Tepe teaching us some ancient lessons. He say, hey, I for the win. Hey, bro, I'm telling you, you gotta stay on the wave. Stay on the wave. Yeah, my new mixtape playlist got 11 tracks in this joint. Oh, 2 of them were dubs. Cause I tried to do History Mysteries a while ago. Like I said, I tried it a couple of times with the AI verse, but really wasn't feeling it. I saved one of the AI verses on here. You know what? I'm gonna take it off now because tomorrow, when I remove from playlist, tomorrow when I re-roll that track, I'll find a better version to keep on my playlist. So now it's back down to 11 tracks. But all of these shit sound good though.
All day in the hood, all day.
All day.
Don't hustle, don't sleep, just work, no play. Get your grind on, get your grind on, get your grind on, get your grind on. So we get plenty paper, so we got plenty haters. Hot like a generator, ride on many capers. Want the beef, cause we the instigators. You ain't initiated, get your ass penetrated. We got hood stripes, niggas been affiliated. Get your mind right or get your shit renovated. Alright, so many pages, cause I went through many changes. Now I'm stuck in my ways and nothing can't phase a man looking for a 30 grade at an early age. Stressed out, chest out, heart full of anger. You better get your vest out, yo niggas in danger. I bang with the rage of an insane gorilla. I poison your cornflakes, a real serial killer. You laughing, but I'm a real serious nigga. My young boys matching trying to stack figures. South Cat on the map, and we trying to get bigger. Bigger, bigger, bigger. Trying to find a black in the hood all day. No hustle, don't sleep, just work, no play. Get your grind on, get your grind on, get your grind on, get your grind on. What my life like, let you know my life real. Beat you with a lead pipe, show you how my knife feel. I'm tired of the grind, so I'm rapping trying to get a deal. But they make it so hard, I gotta grind more. Smoking Carolina pine, got bitches popping pills. Once I shot my nine, I blow your mind like some daffodils. Cradle to the brain, my soldiers retaliate. Bullets ricochet, you niggas will levitate. When the money circulates, the shit is all good. And Uncle Sam regulates all the drugs in the hood. Marijuana, pills, cocaine products. Experiment on blacks and put us in the projects. That's why the World Trade Center was the main target. The whole world know that the system is garbage. So I chill with my niggas trying to build on some real shit. But I still kill with a clip full of hollow tips. Trap all day, in the hood all day, all day. Don't sleep, just work, don't play. Get your grind on, get your grind on, get your grind on, get your grind on. Money circulates, the shit is all good. And Uncle Sam regulates all the drugs in the hood. Marijuana, pills, cocaine products. Experiment on blacks and put us in the projects. When the money circulates, the shit is all good. And Uncle Sam regulates all the drugs in the hood. Marijuana, pills, cocaine products. Experiment on blacks and put us in the projects. When the money circulates.
Ah, damn. That shit says your computer will restart in 4 minutes. You have an update on your firmware. Alright. You better be lucky that song was almost over too. Your computer will reset in 4 minutes. This is actually my work laptop. And so that we don't get hacked or anything. Yo, this shit resets like at least twice a week. It runs all the software and makes sure there's no bugs or hacks or nothing in that shit. I'm like, man, we a non-profit organization. Ain't nobody trying to hack our fucking systems. It ain't like we got people credit card information and no shit like that. But man, we do this shit called Know Before. It's like cyber training. We do a Know Before training like every couple weeks. At least we get like maybe like little 3-5 minute videos you gotta watch on. Don't get fish when someone sends you an email at an odd time of the morning. This may alert you to something is wrong. Yeah, bitch, if I come to work and then I have an email on my work email and that shit came in at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm dumping that shit dead in the trash. Who the fuck is emailing my work email at 2 a.m.? Of course, if the time is weird or if they're urging you to do something or take immediate action. No duh, bitch. Like, the trainings be weird. But one of our employees did have she had like a real hardcore phishing attempt, yo, on her personal cell phone. Not even her work cell phone, her personal cell phone. Got a text message saying that it was our head director and said, "Oh, I can't come down and talk to you now because I'm in a meeting, but I need you to go to the store and grab these gift cards or something." And she was like, "Hold up," because she don't know the director's phone number, her personal number. So she asked our boss, like, "Yo, what's her phone number?" And that's not it. That ain't the number. Yo, whoever that was fishing hard as fuck, yo. I was like, damn, I ain't never had that shit happen. Where they really try to imitate your boss or some shit and try to get you to do something. Boozy, what's good, bro? Up, headed to the grind. Peace, bro. Yeah, I had to reset my the laptop had to reset itself.
In any department and stay. What are the YouTube viewers saying about whether he'll drop out? Whoa! 51 to 49. Over 1,200 people voted, and it's 51 to 49. Man. Hey, did the poll ever go up on Twitch? Where's the poll on Twitch? What happened to the Twitch poll?
So this.
Hey, Twitch viewers, what?
So this is the homie, Steve Lookner. Steve Lookner. He does a live stream called Agenda Free TV. He's live right now, and he's covering, I guess, the current news. Calls grow for Biden to drop out of race. That's the headline that he's put up. Calls grow for Biden to drop out of race. So now I'm about to go to like CNN or Fox right now and see what other people are saying.
So the Twitch viewers are telling me that on Twitch it was 40% said he would, and 60% said he wouldn't. I mean, our viewers are pretty split. That's the bottom line.
This is a make or break day for Joe Biden, and his campaign knows it. Top Democrats in the Biden administration and on Capitol Hill tell CNN the meetings of House and Senate Democrats today will likely decide the president's fate one way or another. Meeting number 1 in the House just wrapped up, and it appears Democrats are still divided. One member tells CNN there was a sense of sadness in the room as several Democrats refused to say whether they support keeping the president as the party's nominee or not. CNN's Manu Raju, of course, is tracking it all. Manu, what are you hearing?
Yeah, in fact, I did ask a number of members who left that meeting whether or not they still support keeping Joe Biden as their party's nominee, and they completely refused to say, including Congressman Dan Goldman of New York, Josh Gottheimer of New Jersey, Lucy McBath of Georgia, and Hillary Scholten of Michigan. Among the members who just simply would not say. Others said that they were simply deciding to back Joe Biden because he is the nominee and he's not going anywhere, and that they'll have to get behind that. And then there was some enthusiastic support, particularly among members of the Congressional Black Caucus. At that meeting, people aired their views, aired their concerns. It was a bit of an open mic venting session. The Democratic leaders sat back and they listened to those concerns. There was no consensus at all in the room. When I put the question to Democrats, they made clear that there are still concerns about the top of their ticket.
If the president declines to leave voluntarily, then he's going to be our nominee. And we have to make the best of a complicated situation. I'm viewing it pragmatically.
Oh.
changes that people need to see to continue to feel comfortable?
My takeaway is great sadness that we are not having a conversation about the fact that we have two people running for president. One of them has a record that anybody would be proud to have, and the other one is an adjudicated rapist, a twice impeached convicted felon.
That nigga mad.
So that last Congressman Sean Cassidy, I asked him, well, does that mean you support keeping Joe Biden as your party's nominee? And he said that I've said what I'm going to say. So you're seeing the variety of views there. The one Congressman Pramila Jayapal, who you heard from as well, she's a leader of the Congressional Progressive Caucus. She also wants to see Biden do things differently, on more unscripted events, tried to reassure confidence behind his candidacy before she takes a firmer position about whether he should stay as her party's nominee. Her group also meeting with Joe Biden sometime later this week as Biden tries to shore up support within the House Democratic Caucus. And then later today, Dana, a big meeting among Senate Democrats. They'll meet over lunch with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, where there are a lot of different views and some very critical about keeping the president as her party's nominee.
Yeah, there sure are. Well, we'll definitely be seeing you after that meeting as well. I mean, such an important day. We cannot underscore that enough. Manu, thank you so much. Let's talk to our terrific group of reporters here at the table. CNN's Caitlin Collins, Hans Nichols of Axios, and NPR's Ayesha Roscoe. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Washington.
Great to be in D.C. on a pretty casual week.
I know, like nothing going on. We're going to go out and have a long lunch after this, I'm sure. In all seriousness, what I have heard, and I'm definitely curious to hear what you have all heard, particularly out of the meeting this morning among all House Democrats, is that, yes, it was a venting session. Yes, you had a variety of views and points of view, but because the leadership, Hakeem Jeffries and frankly, former leaders who have a lot of sway, are very clearly in a position where they're not signaling that they are getting ready to go to the president and say, get out. It seems as though even for those who want him gone, it is a fait accompli that Biden is going to be on the ticket. And there is frustration, there is sadness, but resignation.
Yeah, and I think whenever you hear lawmakers of any political stripe talking about how their meetings are family discussions or listening conversations, that's Washington diplomatic speak for they're having really difficult conversations behind closed doors about who their nominee is, just 40 days out from the Democratic convention that's going to be happening in Chicago not that far from now. And yes, I think you're seeing a lot of them too afraid to come out and say explicitly what they really feel behind the scenes, because behind the scenes privately we're hearing from so many Democrats who say they are worried about Biden's capabilities, whether or not his fitness to serve, but his ability to perform in November. And that's really another group of lawmakers that I've been watching closely coming out of this House meeting today, but also the Senate lunch that's about to happen with Senate Democrats, is the ones who are going to be in difficult seats, in difficult districts. Look at people like Bob Casey, who's up for re-election, or people like Tammy Baldwin in Wisconsin. Those are the voices to watch to see how they're talking about it, because they're worried about having to overperform the top of the ticket.
It's so striking how lawmakers are saying one thing privately and another thing publicly. And I don't know if that sort of divergence continues and they're able to speak with forked tongues throughout this next week. But at least publicly, they're not coming out. And I think that's where you're getting the resignation. One note of caution on all this is that we don't know how long this is going to play out. Mm-hmm. There's no shot clock. We don't know if it's 24 hours, 48 hours. We don't know if it's a week. We do know that there are 4 big events this week: the House meeting, the Senate meeting, the whole NATO conference, and then the press conference. But even after that, there's no guarantee that Biden's just gets a free pass and then it's done and over. It can always come back.
Well, on the idea of saying one thing in private, one thing in public, maybe the best example that we have seen this morning on that is Jerry Nadler, who is a longtime veteran House Democrat, who our reporting was that he made it very clear in a private meeting with top committee Democrats and Hakeem Jeffries over the weekend that he thinks it's time for President Biden to step aside. Here's what he said in public this morning.
Expecting
your house on the market isn't the only way to sell your house. Selling to us is much faster, easier, and way more convenient. What?
The president has determined that he is the best candidate, and given the fact that he's won the nomination, I mean, several delegates.
Is your support for the president a pragmatic consideration, given that the president said you will remain in?
Well, yeah. He said he's going to remain in. He's our candidate, and we want to support him.
Well, I think at this point, what they're saying publicly may be the most important, because at the end of the day, if you really want Biden out, you got to get out there and you got to, you know, kind of put some bass in your voice and say, I want you out. And so the fact that they're not doing that, it's also, you know, looking at the idea that you cannot make him go. We've learned so much over the past, you know, however many years, that Santos or anybody else, if you really want someone out at this point in the game, you got to kick them out. And I don't think they're ready to do that.
Well, and it's also, as you know, it's not that easy. It's totally different.
It's very hard.
Guys, one of the statements, when I saw it, I kind of gasped. I covered the Hill on and off for 20 years, and all of the time I was up there, Senator Patty Murray was a United States Senator. She won in the Year of the Woman, 92. She got there in 1993, served for more than a decade, well over a decade, with Joe Biden. She is the President pro tem, so she is a very senior member of the United States Senate, the most. Here's what she said. I believe President Biden must do more to demonstrate he can campaign strong enough to beat Donald Trump. At this critical time for our country, President Biden must seriously consider the best way to preserve his incredible legacy and secure it for the future. I mean, talk about saying something very clear without using direct words.
Yeah, it was pretty striking to hear her say that. And it seems like some of the women senators, Democratic senators, have been maybe more candid in their statements about, you know, acknowledging reality and what we did see in the debate and what Democrats are so concerned about, their conversations that they're actually having privately, and what this is going to look like. And obviously, I mean, this is everything for the Senate, because how they do in November could determine the control of the Senate for the end, until the end of the decade. And so I think that they are taking a very real look at what this looks like. And you're seeing others say, well, he is the nominee and we're sticking behind him, but we still very much are hearing those concerns. I don't think anyone has come out and said he has completely nullified any concerns that I have.
Anywhere we go, people are amazed. I'm a quality control manager for construction. She goes out with me sometimes on the job site. People do a double take. They stop and they look at her again and they say, no way, everybody loves her.
Yep, motherfuckers is done with Biden.
I have not heard that that's like a significant, there's a risk if it's like an open convention and the Democrats are choosing at their convention that there won't be a Democrat on the Ohio ballot. I don't believe that's the case. But I'm not going to worry about it for the moment. Hey, thanks to Cyber Hobbit for your support. Cyber Hobbit says mandatory neurological tests for both Trump and Biden. Sal thinks Biden is going nowhere, all media hype. Oh, and then Ryan Bond also mentioned to me that Nathaniel Reed from Scripps News talked to Senator John Hickenlooper from Colorado today, and he would not say if he thinks Biden should be the Democratic nominee. He said he would weigh in when the time is right. So look, there's a lot of people in Congress who have not definitively weighed in on this, or who give these kind of wishy-washy answers. There's a bunch of reporting that says there's way more people in Congress that don't want him to run that have actually come out and said that publicly. I'll see if I can find you some of that reporting. By the way, this was a big thing. This was a big thing last night. An influential Cook Political report. Let me show you this. the influential Cook Politico report shifted 6 states towards Republicans. Arizona, toss-up to lean R. Georgia, toss-up to lean R. Minnesota, likely D to lean D. Nebraska, 0-2. I think there's that one electoral vote there. Likely D to lean D. New Hampshire, likely D to lean D. Nevada, toss-up to lean R. And by the way, Nevada, Georgia, and Arizona are 3 of the 6 battleground states that are widely seen as going to determine the election. You know, if the Democrats are losing Minnesota, then it seems like it's pretty far gone at that point. But that came out last night. Dave Wasserman posted about that. So that was big news as well. And by the way, I mentioned to you, we talked about how Antonio Delgado, the lieutenant governor of New York, came out about an hour ago and called on Biden to drop out of the race. Bloomberg's Josh Wingrove says that he is one of the state's most prominent Democrats. One moment here.
That's crazy.
Our residency that pays you, feeds you, homes you, where you're supposed to take your skill set.
Bloomberg says he's one of the small but growing number of Democrats who publicly called on Biden to step aside.
Bedroom stairs. It's a meditation on time, space, and gravity, reflecting the essence of everyday life. We'll turn the routine into ritual. This is what he used the residency for. This is what people use grants for. This is complete garbage.
There was another report I wanted to mention to you, which I thought was really interesting.
Art residency. Art residency.
See if I can find
an artist. Yeah. Are you good at it?
Yeah, so for example, Jake Sherman of most Democrats just say Biden won the primary, so he's the candidate. Very, very few think he can win and that he is the right candidate for this moment post-debate. Again, Jake Sherman, he's one of the most prominent reporters on Congress, and he says very, very few Democrats think Biden can win and that he is the right candidate for the moment, for this moment post-debate. They're just not coming out and saying it. And Heather Cagle, who is with Punchbowl News, she said yesterday, she said that her and others from Punchbowl have talked to a lot of Democrats and do so quite frequently. She says, I have not talked to one who privately says they think Biden is capable of running and beating Trump at this point. She says, they don't want to be ostracized publicly and or feel it's already determined that Biden will be the nominee. So they don't want to come out and publicly say it. Ostracized is when you're like excluded from society. So those are 2 prominent congressional reporters who are saying that lots and lots of Democrats don't have faith in Biden as a candidate, but they don't yet want to come out and openly say it. So the question is, will more of them keep coming and saying it? And could there eventually be some kind of big, that's been a big question, could there kind of be like a dam burst moment? Like, I mean, for example, if Biden comes out to do this news conference tomorrow, and it looked like the debate did, I don't know, I'm not saying it will, but but if it did, I think you'd see a lot more Democrats publicly coming out
That's the only thing about Steve, though.
and saying they don't want him.
I listen to Steve a lot, and he does very good coverage on the news. He is, and his show is called Agenda Free TV, and I really don't think he has an agenda. He doesn't. He's not trying to sway people one way or the other. He's not trying to get you to buy products or merch or audiobooks or nothing. He doesn't have a real agenda. He's just reporting the news, and people support him for doing that. But he does have biases, and he doesn't like Trump. I know this is hard for all these motherfuckers now, yo. I'm not saying that he liked Biden. I never really got like the sense that he was like a really big Biden fan, but he definitely does not like Trump. He doesn't like Trump. He doesn't say I don't like Trump, but he was happy with all this shit. He's like, yeah, he's probably gonna go to jail. Like, no, bro, no, he's not. You just hating, bro. And he says, I can't believe he got away with this and that. Like, you're just saying you don't like this motherfucker, bro. Just say you don't like Trump. Once again, I'm all about the fucking policy, yo.
Same result in both places. This poll is should Biden drop out of the race, not will Biden drop out. So YouTube was about 50-50 on whether he will drop out. Both YouTube and Twitch are at 77% yes, he should drop out, and 23% no, he should not drop out. Same result in both platforms. Infernal Machine says, worlds collide. Thank you for voting in the poll. Okay. We're going to stay on the air a little while longer because, I don't know, it's one of these stories where it just feels like new stuff is coming out all the time. So we'll kind of go...
Mm-hmm. My bad. Trying to log back into my Suno. Suno. Bruno, Uno. I got 2 accounts because I be burning up the credit so much, so I forgot which account I was just on with that new song.
Accelerate business growth with SignalWire's AI agent for voice. Deploy our turnkey solution in minutes to easily customize using low-code tools to integrate into current systems and increase productivity. Unlike traditional voice.
So OpenAI and Sam Altman are up to something. There's a flurry of activity. We're still not 100% sure what's happening, but let's take a look at what might be happening.
Subscribe for more sweet AI content.
OpenAI has been relatively quiet. They've announced a few things that some of which haven't even rolled out yet, like the voice mode for ChatGPT. And today we find out why they have been relatively quiet and also potentially why that's about to change. So first and foremost, Chinese developers scramble as OpenAI blocks access in China. If you're an OpenAI developer, if you use their API to do various projects, and you provide access to those projects to the whole world, you might have received an email from OpenAI saying that they're limiting some countries from accessing those features. Now, this isn't completely unexpected. This isn't completely new. So OpenAI last month announced plans to crack down on China-based AI developers. Now, by default, you can't access OpenAI in China. There's a firewall, but a lot of Chinese AI developers are getting around that. But these developers have come up with fiendish ways to get around the firewall by using, well, virtual private networks, VPNs, as you might have expected. Now, some of the AI researchers in China have said this move caused significant concerns within China's AI community. They're saying the decision raises questions about equitable access to AI technologies globally. Now, the cynic in me is wondering, do they use that word equitable unless they're talking to Western reporters? I mean, is that a thing that gets talked about, or is that more kind of like PR for the Western world? I'm genuinely curious because reading some of the Chinese AI research papers, they're really good at, I guess you would call it localization, like certain things they publish doesn't just get translated word for word, it also gets changed to appeal to that country or that population. Now the rumor mill is going crazy. A lot of people are asking if this means that OpenAI is getting ready for another big release. They're wondering if they're going to throw out a new model, GPT-5 perhaps, or maybe API updates of some sort. There does seem to be some other changes. It looks like they're adding new domains, EU, API, OpenAI, that were added yesterday. So Tibor is asking, it sounds like the rest of the world is getting new models or API updates soon. Let's come back to that in just a second, because there might be a clue as to what OpenAI is going for in terms of how they release their new products and new models. There's some new data about that, but let's come back to that in just a second. So I'm sure most people are on some level familiar with this person, Arianna Huffington. So she is the co-founder of the Huffington Post, and more importantly for what we're talking about, the CEO of Thrive Global. But anyway, she mentioned this article that is in Time magazine called AI-Driven Behavior Change Could Transform Healthcare. It's written by her and Sam Altman. They're talking about the problem that we're facing with health, the cost of healthcare, chronic disease, etc. But they're saying behavior change can be a miracle drug, both for preventing disease and for optimizing the treatment of disease, which is true with things like optimized sleep, nutrition, exercise. There are tons of stuff that can be done without needing to go to the hospital or visiting a doctor. But behavior change is hard. But through hyper-personalization, they say, it's also something that AI is uniquely positioned to solve. So the idea is to use AI, large language models, so something like ChatGPT, that knows a lot about you, your habits, maybe some of your medical files, what you're trying to achieve, and is able to coach you through how to do that. And these are the ideas behind Thrive AI Health. The OpenAI Startup Fund and Thrive Global are jointly funding to build a customized, hyper-personalized AI health coach that will be available as a mobile app. And also, I guess they're going to have some sort of an enterprise side of it. Here's the thing, I can see this working. I can see this working really, really well. People that are tracking their calories and macronutrient profiles, etc., tend to eat better. Just the idea of being aware of what you're eating and how many calories it has and how that fits within your daily macro allowance, that by itself makes you a little bit more intelligent about what you eat and what choices you make. There was a study where they took a number of hotel housekeepers or part of the cleaning crew that kind of tidies up your hotel room when you're done with it. And half of them were told about how good the activities of cleaning are for your weight loss and health efforts, that's like a good exercise, how many calories you burn per day just doing that. And they found that that group of people started moving more, burning more calories because it was just more intentional. So just having somebody that, as they put it, offers real-time nudges and recommendations, yeah, I genuinely could see this being a big deal for somebody that needs to take little micro actions, little tiny steps towards health. I've been messing around with building my own kind of voice AI assistants. They use various language models like Claude 3.5 or GPT-4o. I've showcased them on this channel, and I constantly think, wouldn't it be nice to be able to use that in this particular scenario? For example, if you're doing a workout, something that can log how many sets you're doing, how many reps you're doing over a particular exercise, the weights that you're using. You can just verbally say, okay, I did 8 reps, 40 pounds, and that gets logged somewhere so that the next time that you're working out, you can ask, okay, what did I do last time? Currently, you're either using an app for that, where you're like tracking, you're typing in the numbers, or maybe you just use a pen and paper, but both cases, that takes you out of the exercise. You have to stop and write it down, because you might not remember every single rep and weight that you used at the end of the workout. Same thing for using something like AI Vision, to where you take a snapshot of what you're eating and it automatically gets tracked as calories, proteins, carbs, fats, etc. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate, just a rough estimate of what you're eating, tracked every single day with no friction, no frustrations. It just gets easily tracked in your own personal app with all your personal details, and then you being able to use it later, say, oh, I felt really good the whole last week in the mornings, felt great, what was I eating? And it's able to reference that data, give you recommendations, etc. Now, what's interesting about kind of what OpenAI is doing is, right now it seemed like they were being fairly quiet, no big new releases, but at the same time, there's a lot of like rumors and whispers about all the stuff that they're doing across the board. So for example, here they're partnering up with a health startup.
How should I plant this if my garden doesn't receive direct sunlight?
Happy birthday, Marty. Oh, no, you don't. Let me get this.
Thanks.
You're too kind. I've heard that.
Unlimited 2% cash back for Wells Fargo Active Cash credit card.
People have mentioned that they're talking to a lot of the Hollywood studios about using something like Sora to start developing movies. Meanwhile, we're hearing almost daily news of various other companies that are approaching or outperforming GPT-4 or GPT-4o. For example, here, Chinese AI company SenseTime takes the lead with SenseNova 5.5. Reports say that it has outperformed GPT-4o across key metrics. So here's J.R. Gibbs saying they are the only ones to have grown significantly recently. So they are no longer afraid to take their time before releasing their next model. The general public is not aware of the benchmarks. And even for those of us that are aware of the benchmarks and kind of know who's in the lead or not, I gotta say, I am kind of dismissive of the benchmarks. Yeah, I'll take a look at them, and if something's like dominating, that to me is interesting. I will look further to try to figure out how good that model is, but I just don't take it at face value. But the point of all this is this chart. So this is desktop and mobile web visits worldwide. That blue line, well, that's ChatGPT, right approaching 3 billion visits. And this rocket ship-like growth, this was around April 2024. Can you guess what caused that? Why did it take off like that after being kind of in a holding pattern for a while? By the way, these are the other models. So we have Google's Gemini here in orange. Character AI, a very interesting company. We have to look at it more. It's kind of crazy for a lot of different reasons. Not only because of who the founders are, but also how many visits it gets, and also what people use it for. We'll look at that in a different video. And below here, we have Perplexity AI and Claude AI. Now, to me, it's very strange looking at this chart, because this, to me, is very surprising. Because being deep into this stuff every day, I'm thinking, oh, Claude is nose to nose with ChatGPT, etc., just because of that's what people are talking about. But the reality is the majority of the people out there probably can't name the Google AI model. They're not going to say it's a Gemini. Most people have no idea what Perplexity AI is, right? Everybody knows Google. People know Bing. No one knows Perplexity AI. People know ChatGPT. They don't know Claude as much. It's a tiny fraction of the amount of people that have at least heard of ChatGPT. So what this is showing to me, and take this with a grain of salt, I don't know this for a fact, but it sure seems like OpenAI is feeling very comfortable in its position as the worldwide leading AI model. Also notice what happens whenever it releases the next best thing. Very quickly, there are 10 different copycats that are trying to get closer to it and succeeding. Their announcement of Sora was earth-shattering. Everybody was just mind blown. But now we're having the releases by Kling AI, Runway Gen 3, Luma AI, and I gotta say, all of those are looking really good. I don't know if they're as good as Sora or not. We don't know if the examples we saw from Sora are cherry-picked, the best of the best, or just your average outputs. But it does seem like usually when OpenAI releases something within 6 months, you get a number of other companies that catch up and do either as good or almost as good. So if I had to guess, I think OpenAI is probably laying the groundwork to be everywhere all at once, every single time the next big thing that they have gets released. They want to have the groundwork for having that health app, the Coach. They want to have some deals with the Hollywood studios. They want their API to be everywhere they want it to be and not showing up in all the places they don't want it to show up, like China, because that could potentially maybe cause problems because of the whole US-China conflict thing that's happening on the AI front. So once the next big thing rolls out, they already want it plugged into everywhere with users, with applications, with everything before, basically on day one. Because as soon as they release it to the public, that clock starts ticking where everybody else is able to, for example, train their own models on the outputs of OpenAI models, create something similar or better. So I think the goal is going to be here to release into an already existing infrastructure with everything plugged in. Now, if you're wondering why there's this rapid growth, I mean, this was around the time they announced the voice engine, but we still don't have the voice engine. What that growth, I think, is the fact that now you can access ChatGPT 4.0, you can access it for free. You can access it without logging in. If I open up an incognito window, I can use ChatGPT without logging in, without signing in, without creating an account. With the free plan, you get limited access to GPT 4.0. The best model in the world is free to the whole world now. So this to me feels like the calm before the storm. I don't think they're giving away everything for free because there's nothing bigger coming. I think number one, there's something really big that is being prepared for release. Number two, I don't think they're going to be as focused on selling it to the consumer, right? So the $19 a month ChatGPT subscription, that's not their main focus. I think they want to sell it to enterprise businesses, to Hollywood, to these AI health companies, so they can make apps for the end consumer or sell it on the enterprise side to Apple, for example, right? That was the big announcement that they're going to be integrated with iPhones. And I think that's the game plan. They want to be plugged into Apple and Hollywood and all those places, so when they roll out the next big model, it just gets updated and it's live on all those devices and all those places at once. Here's Noam Brown. He's researching reasoning at OpenAI. He co-created the first superhuman no-limit poker AI, and he co-created Cicero. We talked about Cicero just a little bit on this channel, so if you imagine a game like Risk where you're supposed to take over the world, but imagine that there's much more diplomacy where you're able to negotiate with other players, make alliances, break those alliances, and basically work together to try to survive or take over the world. Very strategic game, very social game in the sense that you have to understand what your opponents are thinking, because they're not really your opponents. They can be your allies, your opponents, however you kind of define that relationship. Well, Cicero, co-created by this person, became as good as the top world players of that game. An agent that can play at the level of humans in a game as strategically complex as diplomacy is a true breakthrough for cooperative AI. Yann LeCun. So they're describing it as a dialogue-aware strategy, that's a great way of putting it. Like it's a strategy game based on you have to be aware of the dialogue that you had with all the opponents. The point being is this is an accomplished person in the realm of AI, and he's working at OpenAI, and today he posted this. When I joined OpenAI a year ago, I feared ChatGPT's success might shift focus from long-term research to incremental product tweaks, which that is kind of the perception by some from the outside of what OpenAI is doing, right? Just put out a product and tweak it here and there to improve it, and that's the status quo now. But he's saying, but it quickly became clear that that was not the case. OpenAI excels at placing big bets on ambitious research directions driven by strong conviction, which, by the way, this is kind of Sam Altman's MO if you look at how his investment career kind of went. What he says is the secret to a lot of his success in terms of investing in startups is he focuses on long-term projects that require a lot of capital. And he's saying there's not a lot of people competing in that space. People want a quick return. People don't want to be placing big bets on some future ambitious project or goal. And so if you're able to do that and you're able to do it successfully, the payoffs are huge. And here GNOME is kind of supporting that OpenAI is still going in a direction, that is still happening. They're still placing big bets on ambitious projects that are long-term, that are far away, and then they stand by them with conviction. Meanwhile, it seems like the OpenAI team is busy behind the scenes, I think because of how many people are trying to glimpse into what they're doing and try to pull out any shred of evidence for something new coming out. Now they're actually attempting to hide their various new experiments by kind of masking them by not making them obvious. Looks like what used to be called ChatGPT included in Voice Alpha, so I'm assuming that's the voice demo, the voice engine that's rolling out to a small select group of alpha testers, right? So maybe it seems like it got renamed to whatever, 3199 whatever, some string of numbers to kind of like try to hide that a little bit, not make it as obvious. So as excited as I am about all the various new progress and new features that are being rolled out by all the other AI models, the different text-to-video platforms, Anthropic's new releases have been phenomenal. But as exciting as all those developments are, I do think that OpenAI is cooking up something crazy and secret in their underground lab. And I think it's going to be scorched earth as soon as it gets released, because it will rapidly get applied to all the projects that they're building infrastructure for right now. That's my guess. By the end of the year, I'll let you know if I'm right or wrong, and I'll reference this video. In the meantime, this person, Naklecha, is saying that they're convinced they can automate all of Factorio using language models. And it looks like they're going to be using the open source Llama 3 or their own kind of version, their own fine-tuned version of it. But it seems like it's beginning to play Factorio on its own. I don't know about you, but to me, this is incredibly exciting and interesting, and just it's fascinating to watch. Something about automating games with large language models, something about that is just incredibly exciting to me. I don't quite know why, but I can't wait till this is more of a reality, when it's more approachable for the average person. I've experimented doing botting back in World of Warcraft, if you know what that is, but they were just simple script-based bots, and a lot of people didn't like the fact that people were buying that game. I get that, but there's some strange fascination and satisfaction for me, and I know a lot of other people as well, from creating little systems like that, little automations, little bots that run around and do your bidding 24/7, that you can tweak and optimize and make better. And of course, large language models with vision, reasoning skills, and the ability to interact with these games, that will be the next big thing on that front. By the way, if any of you are building something like this, something similar, something at the intersection of AI, specifically large language models and things of that nature, and games, automation, stuff like that, let me know. I want to help in whatever way I can. Happy to provide some coverage on the subject, especially if you're making content with it, like video or tutorials. If you're making anything that's going to be useful for people either with a tech background, but also non-techies, if it's useful for them to get into this world, if it helps them learn and kind of dip their toes in the waters of working with LLMs, if you're doing anything like that, let me know. I'm happy to shine a light at in whatever way I can. That said, my name is Wes Roth, and thank you for watching.
Want to save on streaming? X Max marks the spot. Now you can have the new Xfinity Stream Saver that includes Netflix, Peacock, and Apple TV Plus. Just $15 a month. Stream more, spend less, and bring on the good stuff.
The system has to be as smart as a human to pass it in a true sense.
But then you would extend that to maybe a very long conversation. I think the Alexa Prize was doing that. Basically, can you do a 20-minute, 30-minute conversation with an AI system?
It has to be long enough to where you can make some meaningful decisions about capabilities, absolutely. You can brute force very short conversations.
So, like, literally, what does that look like? Can we construct normally a kind of test that tests for AGI?
For AGI, it has to be there. I cannot give it a task I can give to a human, and it cannot do it if a human can. For super intelligent, it would be superior on all such tasks, not just average performance, like go learn to drive car, go speak Chinese, play guitar. Okay, great.
I guess the follow-on question, is there a test for the kind of AGI that would be susceptible to lead to score X risk, susceptible to destroy human civilization? Like, is there a test for that?
You can develop a task that will give you positives that you want to use. There's always possibilities of forced and caused arbitrary turn, where later on the system decides for game theoretic reasons, economic reasons to change its behavior. And we see the same with humans. It's not unique to AI. Formula E, we try to develop
I'm out of here for the day.
Lie detector test, and then employees betray the employers, spouses betray the family. It's a pretty standard thing intelligent agents do.
So is it possible to detect when those AI systems lie?
It's not going to turn on?
If you know the truth and it tells you something false, you can detect that, but you cannot know in general every single time. And again,
all right, peace till next time.